Okay, so once again, welcome to the call. I am Dr. Ashia Leonard, the CCO, Chief Communications Officer for the Millionaires Club and the entire Jewel Tankard brand. I did meet Dr. Jewel, start working with her about 14 years ago, and I got to know her through her ministry. So, as some of you may know, she and her husband pastor a church in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is outside of Nashville. And I became a member of the church. And so I like to start these calls by giving my own personal story. So I became a member of the church, and then shortly thereafter started doing business with Dr. Jewel, and that relationship began to develop. Along the way, I realized that she needed a writer. She realized that she needed a writer. So this was around the same time that she was starting her talk show, the Jewel Tankard Show, which airs on the Impact Network. This was around the same time she was starting her talk show. She was elevating her business in a lot of different areas, and she realized that she needed someone with the ability to write. I was willing to be that person. Now, I was not a writer at the time. I was actually working as a full time pharmacist at the time. That's what my training and background is in. But I stepped into that role of writing. In the process of all of that, then I actually ended up starting an entire writing company and getting clients from across the globe, helping multi-million dollar businesses to grow their business with copywriting and things of that nature. So from being a pharmacist, started that business. Then my primary job changed. So I became able to merge both communications, which I really grew in communications through working with Dr. Jewel, was able to merge communications and science together. And now I am a medical writer and scientific director for the pharmaceutical industry, in addition to the writing that I do outside of that. So I love to share my story because you can expect a similar thing to happen to you. It's just what happens when you connect with Dr. Jewel. She is absolutely gifted with pulling the best out of you, things on the inside of you that you didn't even realize were in there, gifts and talents that are on the inside you didn't even realize were there. You will begin to develop the boldness and the courage to step out in areas where you may have been afraid. You will be able to recognize special giftings that you have that you may not have recognized. You'll realize that maybe some things that you have been doing, maybe you knew you were gifted in some areas, but you've been doing those things for free, and you could be monetizing those and creating cash flow streams from those things. All types of things will happen as you plug in and as you are a consistent participant in the club. So I always like to share my testimony, just as a way for you to be able to see some of the things that you can expect as you plug in and as you are consistent. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me ask you all, I know I asked you to put some basic information about yourself in the chat. If you don't mind, let me know how many of you are brand new to the club. So if you are brand new, maybe if you've been in the club for 1 month or less, then put the number one. Put the number that corresponds to the number of months that you've been in the club. Sometimes we have brand new people that jump on here, and other occasions we have people who've been around for quite some time, but they hadn't been able to jump on a call. All right, so brand new, just a few days. Awesome, less than a month, 1 month, but was able to attend the last meeting. Okay, awesome, less than 1 month. Okay, brand new. So we've got a lot of brand new people. So for those of you that have been on one of these calls, you are more than welcome to stay. We love you. We enjoy your company, but I will let you know that these calls are the exact same. So if you attended one before, you don't have to attend another one unless you just want to. Either way, it's completely up to you. For those of you that have not been on one of these calls, the purpose of these are to make sure that you're completely set up so that you can maximize your membership. So we'll be going over the benefits that you can expect to receive as a part of your membership. We'll be going over some expectations that we have of you, some things that you should be able to expect from us. And then just to make sure that you have all the information that you need to know what you're paying for, right? And to make sure that you're completely set up. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So there are a couple things that you should have done before you jumped on the call, and that was also in the email. So one of the things is, and these pictures are from an older version of the welcome email. So first thing is, as soon as you join club, you should have received a auto. If you did not receive that email, then I do want to have you check your spam folder first, and then your promotions folder if you have a Gmail account second, to make sure that you did not get the email, because you should have. Now, because you're on this call, my guess is you probably got that email. We would have sent it to the same email address where you got the login information for tonight's call. Okay. So first thing we need from you is your beautiful photo. We need a picture of you so that we can put a face with the name, right? And then secondly, we also want to be able to welcome you. So we make these beautiful digital welcome cards. They look like credit cards, and we drop them in our Telegram group so that all the other club members can know who just joined, and we need your photo for that. So be sure to send us your photo. Also, we have a Facebook group. In that Facebook group, we celebrate club members for your accomplishments. We also put different things in there. So whether it's articles on wealth and inspiration, Dr. Jewel actually goes live from that group quite often, and it's not necessarily planned. There'll just be something front of mind, front of heart. She'll jump in there and go live. And so you want to make sure that you're a part of the Millionaires Club Facebook group as well. Now, when you first attempt to become a part of the Facebook group, you will see that there are several questions. I will ask you to please answer every single question, because that group is an exclusive benefit of those that are paid members of the club. So in order to make sure that we're not just letting people in that don't even have a membership, we will verify the answers to your questions with our membership database. So please, if you join the club under your business name, but maybe your Facebook account is in your personal name, the question that asks you about the name on your club membership, put your business name. Make sure you put that email address that you used to join the club. So take note also of the email address that you used to sign up for the club. It's the same email address where you got the email for tonight's call. That's going to be one of our primary ways to communicate with you. So if you're like me and you've got a lot going on and you might have 10 or 11 different email addresses, just be sure to note which one you used for the club. Okay. All right. Then the third thing is you want to make sure that you have downloaded the Millionaires Club app. Okay, if you have and we'll actually go into the app live. Okay, so no worries. If you have an Android device, then you're going to go access it just through the Google Play Store. Also, if you have an iPhone or some type of Apple device, then you're going to go to the Apple App Store to download. You'll just type in Millionaires Club and it should come right up. And it's going to look something like this is what the app is going to look like. So you'll just want to make sure that you've downloaded that. Once again, I'll go through it in just a moment and show you about the functionality to make sure that you are using, to know what you can use the app for. Okay, the very first time that you download the app, then you will need to use both the email address that you use to sign up for the club and this temporary password. So if you can see the bottom of the screen there, you see that lowercase t $, capital P, number 5 at uppercase Y, uppercase D, uppercase C, lowercase p, lowercase c, uppercase D, lowercase R, uppercase L, uppercase R. Wanted to spell that out because I've had a couple people to say it, ask me to say it verbally on a call or two. That's going to be the password that you need to use along with the email address you used to sign up for the club the very first time. So why is that? Can't you just use your own personal password the first time? Because the way the app is set up is when you use that temporary password and your email address, it activates your app, because on the back end, when you join, we upload all of the email addresses of everyone that joins, and our app administrator then puts that information in there. When you come back and then use that password, it activates it and unlocks your app for you so that you can access everything that the app has to offer. So the very first time, then you will want to use that password. If it doesn't immediately unlock everything for you, then try back within 24 business hours and it should be unlocked for you. Now, after that, if you want to change your password to something that you remember, if you want to keep it that temporary password, you can. It doesn't time out or anything. If you want to change it to a personal password, the next time you log in, you'll just simply log out and select forgot password, and then you'll be able to update your password from there. Okay. So in just a moment, I'll show you what the app is for, the Millionaires Club app. So I'm not talking about Telegram. This information is specifically for the Millionaires Club app. And there's a lot of wealth resources and links and things like that that you'll use the app to access. Okay. All right. So once you get all that taken care of, you also want to make sure that you complete your net worth assessment. So the net worth assessment, and it's completely for you. So just so you know, your results do not come to us. So we don't get to see at all what your net worth calculates at. It's just for you. So one of the things that we ask is because building wealth takes time, and because it takes obtaining a wealth mindset before you actually see the wealth show up in your bank account, we just ask new club members to give the club at least 12 months to really be able to see how it's going to positively impact your life. Now, do people see results before that? Sure, of course, all the time. But just to be fair, we ask that you give this thing a full 12 months before you're able to really see what it can do for you. Now, where the net worth assessment comes in is it gives you a baseline. So you're able to see where you start. How do you know how you've grown unless you can accurately assess where you started? So you're able to see where you start. And then we recommend that you come back in 12 months and take the assessment again. Because if you're like me, you're going to learn about a lot of wealth strategies in the club that can help you to automatically build wealth, because we really want to be able to shift you from consciously building wealth and creating wealth to subconsciously doing it to where it's happening automatically. And so there's some wealth building things that you may set up that's happening every single month. And so you forget, oh, wow, okay, I have accumulated quite a bit of this or quite a bit of that, or hey, I've been investing in this or investing in that, or this has grown and that's grown. And so until you sit down and truly calculate all the growth, you may not even fully be able to see what all has truly changed for you in the 12 months since you've been a part of the club. So taking that net worth assessment is a great, great start to that. Okay. So make sure you click on that and complete that. And then you'll just keep that for your records. And then you'll jump on and do the same thing again in 12 months. If you want to do it in 6 months, then you can. Okay. So we talked about the Millionaires Club app. The next thing you want to do is there's a link for ways that you can start investing and making money. Now, of course, everything is completely optional, so you don't have to do any of those things. And Dr. Jewel is not telling you to do any of those things, but we didn't want you to have to wait until one of our wealth webinars to hear some information that could potentially impact your bottom line. So we just wanted to be able to give you some links to some different investment strategies. Some of them are really cheap to get started. I think maybe $3 or $4 in there, that you can start using to make money if you so choose, but it's completely optional and up to you. But I would recommend you at least click the link and check some of those out. Okay. Then step 6 is going to be confessions. So we've got audio confessions. These are confessions that Dr. Jewel speaks over her life every single day. We've got audio confessions, and then the download version is a PDF that you can actually print out. Okay. Now, I will tell you that some people have said they have trouble accessing the confessions from the welcome email. And so I will show you. You can also get those confessions in the Millionaires Club Facebook group under files. And then also you can download them in Telegram under files as well if you have trouble accessing them through the email. Okay. And then both Facebook and Telegram files you should be able to access from your computer as well if you want to download and print those out. Okay. All right. So let me be sure that you know before we move over to Telegram, where you can actually see it. Let me be sure that you know that the primary way that you're going to get your wealth information is going to be on wealth webinars. Okay. So you may hear them called wealth webinars, or you may hear them Millionaires Club chats. Single month, you're going to have 2 opportunities to have a mentorship session that's going to last about an hour long. Now, these sessions are either held by Dr. Jewel or someone from the team, or an expert that she has brought in, that somebody that she either uses their services, whether it's like, let's say it's an accountant that she's been using their service for years. They come on, they talk to you about ways to save taxes for your business, or they talk to you about some things you can get set up for your business, or maybe it's a some other type of guru. But whoever she brings in front of you is always going to be somebody that she's worked with personally. So she doesn't recommend any type of investments or anything that she doesn't use herself. So know that it's going to be somebody that she's vetted, that she uses herself, that she's built a relationship with. But most times it's going to be her. So this is really your time to get mentorship from her. You can ask questions during those sessions. They always take place on Sunday evenings. Okay, so Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We actually have one coming up this Sunday. Yes, we've got one coming up this Sunday. And they're usually every other week. Now, because of her schedule, sometimes it's not every other week. We have to do 2 in a row and then skip 2 weeks. But for the most part, it's going to be every other week. Those are always via Zoom, and everything is virtual. And then you always get a reminder email a couple days before, the day before, and then the day of. So be sure to be looking out for those emails as well. Okay. So once again, those are wealth webinar sessions where you can really get direct information from Dr. Jewel. She shares personal experiences. She shares lessons that she's learned. She talks about money that she's lost. She talks about money that she's made. She talks about relationships that she's made. And so it's really, really a great time. And then once again, there's always Q&A. You can ask whatever you want to ask her in those sessions. And then she may even ask you, because she loves interaction. So I'm going to tell you right now, she loves asking you, what are you getting? What's your aha moments? What light bulbs are going off for you? What things are you learning that maybe you didn't know before? So don't be afraid to truthfully respond and let her know how these sessions are benefiting you. Okay. So you get those wealth webinars twice a month. That's a part of what your $29 a month pays for. Also, your $29 a month, a portion of every single monthly membership, maybe some of you came in at 6 months or 12 months, but a portion of whatever you pay goes towards the Jewel Tankard Foundation. So that foundation helps single parents and domestic violence survivors. Dr. Jewel found herself in both categories at one point in her life. So those are really, really precious to her. We've done a lot of things. We've given away cars to single parents. We've done all kinds of things for domestic violence shelters. And so just know that a portion of every single month, a portion of that goes toward that. So you get credit for that as well. So thank you for partnering with her foundation for that. So you get that. Then third, what you get is you get an amazing networking opportunity to be able to meet other like-minded people. So based on I don't know where you guys are from. I don't know where you live, but sometimes finding people with your same mindset can be very difficult, especially if you are forward thinking. You really want to accomplish some amazing things. You really want to do big things. And based on where you're from, then it might be hard to find other people that celebrate what you want to celebrate. Maybe you feel like, well, shoot, I can't even really share all of my dreams with people because they like, girl, you doing too much, or it doesn't take all that, or here you go dreaming again, or dog, you just got that. Now you want something else. But this is an environment where you can know that you're going to be celebrated. We love celebrating each other. Nobody's going to say you're thinking too big over here. Nobody's going to say you're doing too much over here. So networking is also what you get. The primary place that the networking takes place is in our Telegram group. Okay. So you should have already joined that group. If for some reason you do not have the link to that, then put that in the chat. And once we jump over to Telegram here in a moment, I'll copy the link and I'll put it in the chat. But you should already be a part of that group. And in the group, you'll see us encouraging one another. You'll see some people will put in their testimonials or things that are happening in their life. And then also, some people put in prayer requests. So this is really a place for you to know that there's a community of people that are supporting you and that absolutely care about you. Now, we do ask that you're respectful in the Telegram group. It's for networking, but it's not for you to spam all of the group members with your business. Okay. So we really want to protect the group because once again, everything Dr. Jewel promotes, she's vetted, she's checked it out. So we do have opportunities where club members can share their businesses with other club members. Be sure to look out for those. Those are specific designated times. Aside from that, then try not to, please don't, just be promoting everything that you've got going on. We've all got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So just please be mindful of that. Please be respectful. Obviously, because this is a community of celebration, then we don't speak negatively to one another or anything like that. Okay. Now, you do have a accountability opportunity. Let me see. Let me mute somebody. Okay. All right. I heard some dinging going on and I'm like, is that coming from me or okay. So accountability. So if you need an accountability partner, then you're going to want to put that in the Telegram group as well. Okay. So if you have not introduced yourself in Telegram, I know some of you only been in the club for a couple of days. If you've not introduced yourself in Telegram, then be sure to introduce yourself in Telegram. Let people know who you are, where you're from, what area or industry of expertise you participate in. If you want to tell people, okay, so I got one that says needs link. Okay, great. So I'll go over there and grab that in just a moment and I'll place it in here for you, no problem. If you want to tell people why you decided to become a part of the club, you can. But if you need an accountability partner, then you can place in the group, hey, I need an accountability partner. Okay. If you want to let people know on here that you need an accountability partner, maybe because we've got a lot of newbies on here, you guys want to team up with one another, then you can definitely just drop it in the chat or even private message somebody in here and say, hey, would you like to be my accountability partner? Okay. How you hold each other accountable is completely up to you. Some people jump on a Zoom like this themselves, maybe once a week. Others say, hey, I need a little bit more accountability than once a week. I do not trust myself to be working towards my goals with only weekly accountability. I need daily accountability. I need somebody saying, hey, I'm doing such and such, what are you doing? Or how did it go today? Did you reach your goals? Whatever that looks like is completely up to you, but it's just having that person that is able to support you. And then once we jump on the calls, we do ask you to reach out to your accountability partner as well and let them know that the calls have started. Okay. All right. So let's go over here and jump on Telegram real quickly. Does anybody have any questions before we go to Telegram? No questions? Okay. All right. So let me share my screen. Now, let me tell you guys, once I do this screen share, because I am doing Zoom from my phone, once I do this screen share, it completely blocks the entire screen. So if you do have a question during this part, you're going to just need to unmute and stop me and ask the question, because if you put it in the chat, I won't be able to see it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, start broadcast. Okay. And we're going to go Telegram. Okay. All right. So can everybody see the Telegram group?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So this is the Millionaires Club Telegram group. Okay. Let me get the link. Okay. So I copied the link. So once I jump back over to Zoom, then I'll put that link in the Zoom for you, because I know somebody said that they didn't have it. Okay. All right. So Telegram, you see that we've got people welcoming people in here. I know that there is Teresa that's on the call. So I see that there's a lot of people that have welcomed you. Okay. So we've also got somebody said happy birthday. You see that we also put some announcements in Telegram. So this was the announcement for today's meeting, along with the instructions of what you needed to do before the call. So you can expect that there are going to be announcements that are going to be put in here, as well as announcements also go out to your email. Okay. All right, let me see. We also have, and I'm just kind of flipping through here. Okay, somebody else says happy birthday, happy birthday. Sorry, I'm going so fast. Happy birthday. We've got welcome. Okay, let me see. I just see. Okay, so here, these are the welcome cards. Okay, perhaps some of your faces are on these cards, but this is why I was asking you for your picture, so that we can welcome you and so that people can be able to put a face with the name. Okay, so this is your welcome card that goes in here. And then even once it's posted, if you want to download it and keep it, then you absolutely can. You can download it directly from Telegram. Okay. Also, we see people. Okay, so here's somebody that is giving a testimony. So Carla said she just received her ounce of silver. She has one NBA Top Shot NFT. If you don't know what that is, you'll learn about what that is later. I'm so happy and grateful to be in this space and excited to be in this journey building my investment portfolio. Okay. All right. So then some people are saying that they love it. Congratulations and all of that. I love how much you are continually loving yourself. It's contagious. So this is just a really, really big celebration fest in the group. So know that you're going to be celebrated. Okay, let me tell you guys about one of the initiatives that we have going on right now. And this information is also pinned at the top of Telegram. So I'm going to click on that pinned message. Now, we've got something for the year 2022 called the $1 million challenge. What we are doing is we collectively, as an entire Millionaires Club group, are pushing to invest $1 million collectively for the entire year. Now, we're not pooling our money together for one particular investment. Okay. So this is all an individual thing, but we just pull the results together. So what happened is in October of last year, Dr. Jewel challenged us as a group to collectively invest $50,000 from October to November 2021. We ended up doing over $100,000 because people just became so focused on investing that we superseded the goal. So we said, shoot, if we can do 100,000 in 1 month, we can definitely do over $1 million in 12 months. So the way it works is this: anytime you do a personal investment, okay, so that can be whether you are investing in your 401k at your job. So once that money comes out and it goes into your 401k, or whether you decide to start investing in precious metals, whether that's silver or gold, that we talk about with the club, whether you invest in stocks, mutual funds, whatever that looks like, cryptocurrency, Forex, whatever you're investing in, then what we ask you to do is go over to jeweltanker.com. And once again, these are instructions are pinned to the top of Telegram, so you don't have to remember everything. Head over to jeweltanker.com, or you can just go to the pinned post at the top of here and click the link. The password is million. You're going to want to put in every single time you invest. You're going to go in, you're going to put in your information, and you're just going to put the amount that you invested. Then you're going to upload your proof, because we believe what you're saying, but we do want to have that proof to be able to put with what you said. So let's say, for example, you invested, I don't know, $50. So you bought $50 worth of Bitcoin. So you went on Coinbase or Cash App and you bought $50 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to screenshot that $50, that thing that says that you got $50 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to come over to this website, put in the password, and then you're going to put your name. It's going to have several different options of the things you may have invested in. You're going to select Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. You're going to put $50, and then you're going to upload that screenshot, and then you're going to hit submit. And then that amount will be calculated towards the total. So the last time we checked, which the last time I checked it's been about a week ago, and we were already at $340,000 for the year. Okay. So we're just now heading into April. And so we did about $340,000 by the end of March. So that's right on pace for us to definitely do more than 1 million by the time we get to 12 months. So people are so excited about this, because what this does, it really pushes you to invest consistently. It's lasting here and there, but because of the challenge, now I'm investing a lot more consistently. So they're investing maybe every single week or every single month. If you've got some stocks or some things set up where it reinvests, so maybe every time you get a dividend on something, you got it set up to reinvest, that absolutely counts. So any type of investment that you're doing absolutely counts. And then also, if you are saving physical cash in a safe in your home, then that counts as well. Because Dr. Jewel strongly believes that everybody should have a safe in their home and they should have cash in that safe because things happen, right? So we saw at the beginning of what was happening with the Ukraine, then they were limiting the amount of money that you could take out of the bank. And I think it was like $25 that people there could take out at that time. During Hurricane Katrina, the banks completely shut down. People were only able to take like $100 out of the ATM. So things happen, and being able to get your hand on cash that's not even in your bank is always a good idea. So you want to have your money somewhere where it's growing for you, but you also want to have physical cash. So that counts too. You can upload that. Okay. Then once again, I just see this other pinned message right here. Hopefully it'll bring it up. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is the Millionaire's Confessions PDF. So this is another way that you can get the confessions in the Telegram group. Okay. All right. Anybody have questions on Telegram before we move over to the Millionaires Club app? No questions? Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, so that's the link to the Telegram group. So now that is there. And then let's head over to the Millionaires Club app. And remember, you just get this in your app store or however you normally get apps for other things. Okay, Millionaires Club. All right. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of different functions in the Millionaires Club app. Let me tell you what we do use and what we do not use. Okay. So on this very front page, you're going to see all these chat groups, right? I'm going to tell you we don't use the chat groups anymore. So we did use the chat groups when we first started the app, but then the Millionaires has said, well, I really would rather chat on Telegram because they were using Telegram. We used to have Telegram, then we got the app. We added a lot of different things into the app, and a chat function was a part of what we added. And they said, that's cool, but I'm already on Telegram with my business or with whatever else I'm doing. It's just easier for me to chat on Telegram. So we stopped using the chat function in the app. So if you have a question about something, then I would not put that in the chat group here. If you have a question, you're more than welcome to put that in the Telegram chat group, or the best way to get your question answered is going to be to send an email to millionairesclub@jeweltankard.com, and our administrator will reach out to you and get you an answer to your question, whether that's setting up a phone call where she needs to walk you through something if you're having a tech issue with something that we recommended, or with the app itself or something like that. Or if you just had a question about something, then she is there just about 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, to be able to answer your questions. Okay. All right, but let me show you what you can use the app for. So at the very bottom here, you're going to see the third icon from the left. It looks like a play sign or a YouTube symbol. If you click that, this is one of the ways that you can access some of the previous club chats. Okay. So if you see here, this is going to give you club chats from December on back. Okay. Anything that we've done from this year, I'm going to show you. There's a different way that you're going to access those. But if you want to go back quite a ways, then you can go on here and you can access these through here. Okay. So this was that that $50,000 challenge. We ended up with $103,950. So you see that there. So several different chats in here. You can knock yourself out going back, listening to some of those. You can play them from your phone like you would a podcast. Maybe if you're driving, maybe if you're cooking or cleaning or working out, and you just want to kind of have something that you're listening to. Your wealth and building you up from the inside. Coming Hills is a great way to be able to do that. Okay, so I would definitely recommend that. Then also, we've got, oh, before I do that, let me tell you the other way to access previous club chats is so every single webinar that we do is always recorded, including tonight's. So we always record them and we always send them out to the email that you use to sign up for the club 3 days or 72 hours after the chat. Okay. So when we have this club chat on Sunday, on Wednesday, you're going to get an email that is going to have the replay. Now, not only is it going to have the replay from Sunday's chat at the very top, but if you scroll down to the bottom, it's also going to give you a button where you can access all of the previous replays. So you'll be able to see replays from there as well. Okay, so replays either can get them here on the club app or you can access them on any replay email. You can access all the rest of the replays. Okay, all right, so bottom right hand corner, you see this thing that looks like a newspaper. This is going to bring you to a blog. So we've got some great information in here that you can use to educate yourself on wealth. All of them are really, really short reads, but it's everything from personal finance to using social media to build your brand to stretching beyond what you think you can do when it comes to your goals, to eating like a millionaire is, to all types of basics that you should implement in your life to shift your thinking towards a millionaire's mindset. And so we've got several things in here. These are really, really short reads. It's just great. Wealth building takes time. So we've talked about that, right? But it's also something that you have to constantly keep in front of your eyes. So you want to always be looking at things that are going to build wealth. You want to always be listening to things that are going to build wealth as a part of your daily activity of working towards your goals. So these are really, really quick reads that I would recommend you just jump over here and take a look, and it's going to help to build your internal wealth profile. Okay. So aside from that, if you look at the very top right hand corner, you'll see 3 lines there. Now you can access that from any one of these pages at the bottom, or even from the home page, you'll see these 3 lines top right hand corner. So when you click on that, you see a drop down menu. Okay. Now that newspaper, that blog, that's the same blog we just went over. So you can access that from the drop down menu as well. Also, we've got something called resources. So each one of these, they look like they're the same as the blogs, but these are actually full presentations. Every single one of these is a PowerPoint with somebody that's teaching on this topic. Okay. So these are just resources that we thought would be good that you may, want to take part in, just for some questions you may have. What's the difference between saving and investing? How can it help me? I'm thinking about setting up a new business. Should I do a sole proprietorship, or should I do an LLC, or should I do an S Corp or C Corp? What's the difference? So we've got that information there for you, and somebody's going through that. Also, how can I protect my profits? Or, hey, I'm looking to build my credit and I'm doing it myself. I haven't hired somebody to improve my credit, but I want to know, where can I get the best bang for my buck? So this presentation, I think I'm actually the one that's doing this one, but it teaches you the components of your credit score, what carries the most weight, and what they're looking at. That way, if you're looking to improve your credit, then who wants to spend all your time working on something that only carries 10% of your total 100% of your score. No, you're going to want to focus on something that carries more weight. So that's what that is. Okay. Then we've got some cash flow streams in here. Now, Uber and Lyft are just on the front, but there's tons of different cash flow strategies, things that you can do in order to bring more income into your life. Some of them I'm sure you've heard of. Some of them you actually may not have heard of. So I would definitely recommend you go in there and listen to that one. And any one of these, they're really, really good. So just take the time and listen to those. In addition to resources, we've got links. So some of the things that you hear us talk about all the time, whether it is the Mind of a Millionaire's book, which we just got finished reading as a collective group, there was a link to buy that. If you say, hey, I want to start investing in silver or investing in gold, where's the link to that? What company does Dr. Jewel recommend for silver investments? Well, you can come to the app, click on silver, and it'll take you right to the company that she recommends for that. Some of the books that we read all the time, then there's a link for that. Hey, I'm really I want to get started in such and such type of business, and I don't really have the money for it. I really want to talk to somebody that can kind of help get me funded. Okay, well, there's a funding connection that she has. This will take you directly through their website. They'll ask you some questions, set up an appointment with you, and see how they can help you with that. So this is just a list of links of things that you're going to hear us talk about quite often. Talked about that safe that she recommends that everybody has at home. She found these cute little pink safes, and so she added that on there as well in case you want to have a pink safe as one of the safes that you have at home. So these are just quick links so that you can easily access anything that we talk about on any of the webinars. Okay. Then lastly, we have downloads. So these are really, really good. Now, even though this was a fourth quarter push from 2020, we left that on here because it really is a great goals tracker. And you can download any of these and then keep a track of things. So we've got some calculators in here. Here talk about necessity or not expenses is a spreadsheet that actually helps you to calculate. I'll click on that one so that I can just click on one of them. It helps you to calculate maybe where you have been wasting money or losing money, right? So all of us are looking to invest more and grow our money. And you might say, well, I'm really kind of stretched, really kind of thin right now. Well, this will help you to see maybe where you've been wasting money. Do you really need Hulu and Netflix and Paramount Plus and Disney Plus and cable?
We can't hear you. Hello?
Hello? Oh, wow. Okay. Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Because it completely knocked me off of Zoom and everything on my end. Did it close everything down for you guys or no?
I think we all stayed on. We were able to stay
You stayed on.
together.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Great. Great. Okay. Perfect. Did anybody have any questions about the Millionaires Club app?
I did have a question. I
Okay.
wasn't sure. Do I need to access or pay for another membership in order to access all the resources and things that you just had on there? Because anytime I try to access something, it says access denied. I was able to go in and look at, let me go back. I can look at the home and the blog and things like that, but if I try to access anything else, like the play button that you told us that looked like a little YouTube, it says access denied, and everything else is access denied.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So no, you don't have to pay for anything. As long as you have a paid membership, you should have access to that. What's happening is for whatever reason, you know how I was saying at the beginning, your account kind of has to be activated. For whatever reason, yours is not connecting, and that's why you're not able to access everything. So what I need you to do is shoot an email to, and I'm gonna put it in the chat here, shoot an email to Millionaires Club at Jewel Tankard. Millionaires Club at jeweltankard.com and send the email to Tasha, and you can put in the subject line Millionaires app. And so explain what the problem is. She may say that she needs to call you and talk through it or whatever, but she will go into the back end of the app to make sure that your email address and everything is listed correctly, and then it'll unlock it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. All right. So last thing, a couple things. First thing, I do need to pray because I did not start the call with prayer. And then also wanted to let you know. So we do have a wealth webinar on this Sunday. Okay. The next wealth webinar after that is going to be, we are starting a new book. So the book is Dr. Jewel's book, not Mind of a Millionaires, but she has another book, The Price and the Process. So we are going to be reading that book. So that book is Millionaire's Mindset, The Price and the Process. It's available on Kindle via Amazon. If you want a hard copy, then she does have a hard copy with the CD directly from her website that you can order there. But we're going to be reading that book together as a group over the next couple months, not this coming Sunday. So you don't need it before this Sunday, but before the next webinar. So you've still got a couple weeks to get the book. You want to grab that book because we're going to start reading it together and discussing it together. And Dr. Jewel will jump on and give you more insight into the price and the process, going from the pit to the palace, what it really takes to become a millionaire, is how she's stretched and grown, and some of the sacrifices that she's had to make. She'll really get into the nitty gritty with that. Okay. So all of you guys should be in Telegram at this point. Please know that I'll put the link to the book again in Telegram for you in case you weren't in Telegram when I put it in there, so that you'll have the picture of the book, you'll have the link to the book, but just know that we'll be starting that in the next couple weeks, reading that together, and you'll get more details about that sent to your email. Okay. All right, so let's pray real quick. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this day. We know that it's the day that you have made. We choose to rejoice and be glad in this day. We are so grateful for this club. We're so grateful for this opportunity. We know that your word says that you give us the power to get wealth, and that you would teach us how to profit and lead us in the way that we should go. So we thank you for instruction. We thank you for wisdom. We thank you for downloads. We thank you for divine ideas. We thank you for supernatural strategies. We thank you for all of the wisdom that will come forth in this club. And we thank you for helping us to be excellent stewards over the information, that we won't waste the wisdom. We thank you for the increase that will come in our lives. And we know that all of those dollars are assigned for a specific assignment, for purpose, for destiny. Help us not to be wasteful with our increase, but you can trust us to use it for divine purpose. We thank you. We appreciate you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. I love you guys. I'm super excited to see each and every one of you on this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't forget, it is more than likely going to be the same link as tonight's link, but you'll get an email about that. If you've not already introduced yourself in Telegram, jump over there and let everybody know who you are and get that accountability partner. And you all have a prosperous weekend. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. So you should feel really, really good about your investment to join the club. You know, all of the goodies that you have access to now. Make sure that you are consistent. Those that jump on those webinars consistently, jump in Telegram. Those that do that really, really see results. They're really working the community and they really, really feel the love. So hopefully you all will stay consistent. Thanks so much for jumping on, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.
Bye.